Tonight, Game 2, World Series, DeGrom versus Cueto. She's Jessica Mendoza, works for ESPN, on the scene in Kansas City, and she joins us now. All right, where were you when the power crashed last night, Jessica?
I was actually out in the trailer, and this was my first World Series. So I was like, "Is this normal? Like, what's going on right now?" I mean, our whole, because you're reliant. When I was just outside of the stadium on the TV cameras to give you all the updates you need. So I actually grabbed my bag and just went inside the stadium because you could hear that the game was continuing. But I was like, "Is this really happening?" And people were running around frantic, and we were out at the ESPN trucks with the Fox trucks right next door, and it was chaos for a bit.
Do you think they should have stopped the game because you didn't have replay for both teams?
Oh, I know there was the delay there for a little bit, but no, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm old school in that way, but as long as the delay, I felt like, ended up being, it seems silly that we're so reliant on replay now. And I agree. You know how it is. You jinx it, right, and some big play would happen that you would need to replay. But I just feel like, we're here to play this game, right? And to see the crowd once I got in there, the teams, it just would have been sad to kind of postpone that moment because we're reliant on technology.
I have it as a poll question today, the Edison Volquez situation. Should Fox have announced on the telecast that his father had passed away? I know that his family had asked the Royals not to tell him so he could go out and pitch. So I ask you, how would you have fared or felt if you had that information and ESPN was broadcasting the game?
Dan, I actually put myself in those shoes, I think it's a tough one, to be honest with you. I don't know. I mean, I've been blessed to where I haven't had a major death like that, so I don't know how necessarily I would react, but as close I know as I am with my own father, I don't know if I could have handled the emotion. But even speaking with Buster Olney, he was around Edison before the game, and he said he just wasn't as normal, and this was before he knew anything, but he said he wasn't his normal emotional self, the fist pumps, the talking to his teammates, just the way he normally socializes. But for me, I don't know if I'd want to know.
I just don't know, as far as broadcasting it, if you have that information, how important is it to tell that story? Because I don't know, it's unfolding in front of us. It's reality TV, and it enhances the broadcast, I think, because people are watching somebody who doesn't know. We know that his father has died. He doesn't know. And I wonder what place does that have in the broadcast?
That's a good, I definitely, obviously, I agree with you, like, in that I feel like being able to add that to the story, I just don't know how you handle that. I mean, obviously you don't want him to find out in any other way. You'd hate to have somebody that's listening to the game, find him and let him know. But obviously it seemed like a lot of people did know that were around him. But I don't know if, it's even absolutely certain that he didn't know before the game. I mean, just being post-game around everybody, it seemed like there might have been some information that had leaked to him prior to as well.
Yeah, there were reports that he knew as he was going to the game, and then Ned Yost and some of the Royals, Chris Young, said that wasn't the case, that he did not know. In fact, they asked the Royals not to show the game in the locker room because in between innings he would go into the locker room. They just didn't want him to find out that way. So there seems to be conflicting information there with Game 1. We're talking to Jessica Mendoza, baseball analyst for ESPN. She won a gold and a silver medal in the Olympics in softball, and she'll be on Baseball Tonight pre- and post-game shows throughout the World Series as she's on site in Kansas City. As for the game itself, what do you take away? What do you extract from that game now going into Game 2?
Just how the World Series throws everything out the window. I mean, you talk about the Royals bullpen. I mean, they ended up with Chris Young showing how amazing they can still be, but early on there, I mean, you talk about even Wade Davis and Hochevar and a lot of the guys, giving up. I think for the first time in a postseason that they had this year, they had lost. I don't know so much the lead because it was tied at the time, but and then even Juris Familia. I mean, this guy's never given up an extra base hit in the postseason. He gives up the game-tying home run in the ninth. This guy was untouchable, Dan, and that's what I love about this. Like, it just throw it out the window. I mean, things are going to happen that you just don't expect, and it just continued to do that even as we headed into the 14th inning.
I will ask you what I asked John Smoltz. The single best pitcher in the World Series is who? Either team.
Wow. I mean, I don't know. Gosh, I mean, it'd be hard to not say. To me, I'm interested really tonight with Jacob deGrom. I mean, and I know his last two starts were far from perfect.
Smoltz said the same thing. He thought deGrom was the best pitcher in the World Series.
Well, yeah, wow. Well, I think that it's his mindset right now. I mean, he struggled early his last start, and then he got better as the game went on, not because he was nervous, not because, he couldn't. He literally, I think, mentally willed himself to figure it out.
Well, that's where you find out more about a pitcher when he doesn't have his best stuff, and that's what I loved about deGrom those last two starts is I learned more about you there than I do when everything's going great for you.
Dan, you hit it on the head. I mean, honestly, playing behind some of the best pitchers in the world, the ones that I wanted to play behind were the ones that when it's not going right, when it's tough, what do you got? Are you giving in? Are you throwing in the towel? Are you giving me like whiny face? Like what? Like, oh, I don't have my drop today. I don't have my curve. Well, come on, find something. And I see that in Jacob deGrom.
How much fun are you having this year?
It's been a whirlwind. I mean, this is my first World Series. I never thought I would even be here, to be honest with you.
But do you want coverage for being a female in this position, or does it say more that you don't get the coverage for being a female, that you're on site, you're an analyst? I wasn't sure, and I wasn't going to bring this up because I just thought you're doing your job. And that you should be respected for doing your job, not it's a woman doing that job. So, I don't know. I didn't know how to approach it, to be honest with you.
Well, sometimes neither do I. Because, yesterday I have people, I'm in the dugout, I'm in the Mets dugout pregame just trying to talk to guys, I'm in the batting cage, just information. And people are coming up like, congratulations. And to me, like, that is an awkward thing because I haven't done anything yet. In my opinion, as far as all I want to do is analyze baseball and learn. And I have a long way to learn. So it's been kind of a funny position just because I am new, and I appreciate that I'm the first, but at the same time, I just want it to be the norm.
And that's the way I wanted to approach it. But then I'm the father of 3 daughters, and you're going to be a role model for somebody. Somewhere down the line, somebody's going to say, how I got into this business? It's because I watched Jessica Mendoza in 2015. I mean, it's great, but I thought I was doing a disservice to your baseball knowledge by doing it that way. So I don't know. Maybe I still did that in the process, but you're there for a reason. It's good. It's you're providing information, and that's what we want as a viewer.
Well, thank you, Dan. And honestly, I really just, to me, like, this game is so consistently interesting, like, in different ways. And I understand there's highs and lows throughout a season, but right now, I've been watching the game last night. I just feel like there's so much from an analyst's point of view that you could bring into stuff, and I have a passion for it. So I'm hooked. Like, I'm hoping I get to do this for a long time.
Well, have fun tonight. Great to touch base with you, and thanks for joining us.
Dan, thank you so much. This is a pleasure. I'm a big fan, and I'm not trying to boost you in any way either, but I was pumped.
No, you can continue. Go. We have a little more time if you...
Minutes. And has Abby come on yet?
Abby's in 15 minutes.
Awesome. I was with her last week. She's one of the best, too. So I appreciate the guests that you include on your show. That's good stuff.
Thank you, Jessica.
Have a good day.
All right, Jessica Mendoza, ESPN baseball analyst, won a gold and silver in softball in the Olympics.